Well, James, it was always going to be difficult, wasn't it, batting out today, but you managed to get it into the final session.
Yeah, we fought really well. I think obviously wrong side of the toss. That 79, if that another 80 probably might have even been a bit above par on the conditions on day one, and would have meant when we came to bowling they wouldn't have got ahead so quickly, and it would have been a different game. But yeah, in terms of today, we fought really hard. Felix and Barks, with the weather that came, we're probably only 15-20 minutes away from saving the game in the end. But we've twice in the last two games started poorly, and it's been a long way back from there. The weather yesterday helped us here and gave us a small chance, and today we applied ourselves well and gave ourselves the best chance we could. But starting the way we have done in the last couple of games, it's always going to be tough from there.
I mean, you mentioned one or two of them there, but one or two of the guys really did fight for their lives, didn't they? Joe Weatherly, 44 off 209 deliveries. I mean, Felix Organ, 108 deliveries for his 7, just to name but 2. I mean, they really did sell their wicket dearly, didn't they?
They did, and that's all we could ask for, in the situation we found ourselves in. Joe probably felt a little bit out of touch coming to this game, so it's big for him, and I'm pleased for him. He was able to spend that amount of time in the crease. That should help him going into the next few matches. And Felix playing his first game of the year, Barks, if purely in today, can't fault the effort of the guys, and we stuck at it as well as we could have done.
I mean, they got over 300 though in their innings. I mean, the contrast between the two sides batting was enormous, wasn't it?
Yeah, and because we only got 79, once they got ahead, Craig got 80 and was trying to hit the ball over the top and got away with a lot of stuff that if they were still behind, they wouldn't have played that way. So it's one of those. As soon as you get behind on a pitch like that, to wrestle momentum back, and when you're batting ahead in the first innings and your lower order's able to come out and just play shots with no consequences of getting out, it's completely different. So the 330, I think, had we got 150, 180, it probably would have been a bit different. But it's tough.
It's been 2 heavy defeats now, isn't it, in 2 weeks? What do you put this down to?
I'm not just blaming it on the toss, but we've come on the wrong side of 2 tosses in conditions, both games where batting's been extremely tough on day one. Still, as I say, 79's under par. But just being behind from the word go, it's so hard to wrestle momentum back in 4-day cricket when you're that far behind. So, I think the guts and determination we showed the second innings is something we can take forward into Middlesex. I think conditions there are likely to be pretty similar to what they were here, with them needing a win, and Lords naturally, I think the wickets they've been playing on, there's been a bit in it. So I think we just got to show a bit more guts and determination. If we find ourselves batting first in tricky conditions, and the extra 50, 60, 70, 80 runs, whatever it is we can eke out, is going to make have a big impact on the rest of the game. So we found ourselves so far behind in the previous 2 matches. It's been tough, but I think this game, although we still lost, there was progress from the last game. I think stuff we can take forward into the Middlesex match.
It's a 10-game first part of the season, isn't it? 5 matches completed. Gloucestershire got a bit of a start on everybody else. Somerset, that's a good win for them as well, isn't it? Are you sort of concerned now where you are in the table and where things are?
No, obviously it would be nice to be in the top 2 at the halfway mark, but I think we're probably a couple of wins behind Gloucester and a win behind Somerset now. So next 2 games, I think, before there's a bit of a break, are massive. We got a Middlesex side that we beat well here and that are struggling for form. So if we can go and get a result there and then play Leicester here, and if we can get 2 fairly positive results from the next 2 going into that break around when T20 starts, we should be in there or thereabouts, with Somerset and Gloucester, the 2 teams above us, still to play. So by no means out of it. I mean, it's just when we get off to the start we did, to then lose a couple, you feel like you've lost a bit of ground. But where we're placed, there's still lots of cricket to be played, and if we do play well, then I'm sure we can finish in the top 2.